and you lose your man card. That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying.
How far would you go for fame? Would you give up your morals, your privacy, maybe even your manhood? Because according to Oscar-nominated actor Terrence Howard, that's exactly what some Hollywood elites expect. And his latest bombshell interview is making people rethink everything they thought they knew about the industry. He says he was tested, set up, and almost sacrificed his integrity at the hands of one of the most powerful music moguls in the game. A man many believe is Sean Diddy Combs. And get this, he's not the only one talking. Other stars like 50 Cent, The Game, even Justin Bieber have made cryptic comments, hinted at weird parties, and described moments that felt like setups. So what's really going on behind the velvet ropes of Hollywood's elite? And why are so many men coming forward now? Years later? This isn't just about shady parties or sketchy vibes. This is about power, control, and the price of saying no to the wrong people. Terrence didn't hold back. And what he said? It lines up with the stories we've all heard whispers about, but no one ever had the guts to confirm, until now. Stick around, because once we open this door, there's no turning back. Terrence Howard, known for his powerful roles in Hustle and Flow, Empire, and Crash, sat down for a rare and raw interview where he opened up about something dark. Something that still haunts him to this day.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to,
I had to walk away or lose who I was. They wanted to see how far I'd go, what I'd trade for a seat at the table. Yeah, he said that. And when the interviewer asked who he meant, Terrence didn't name names. But he dropped a clue. It's the same man you've all seen throw wild parties, always surrounded by boys younger than him, and he's untouchable. Or at least he thinks he is. Now you don't have to say the name. We all know who that description fits. Diddy. But here's where it gets deeper. Terrence said he was invited to an exclusive party, one of those hush-hush gatherings where deals are made and boundaries are tested. And when he refused to participate in what he called emasculating rituals, he says his career took a sudden nosedive. I was blacklisted, scripts stopped coming, directors stopped calling. It's like I vanished overnight. Terrence went from Oscar buzz to struggling for roles. And at the time, the public just thought he was being difficult or unstable. But now, we're seeing the other side of the story. And if what he's saying is true, if he was pressured into doing things against his will by a powerful man in entertainment, then we're talking about systemic abuse, all hidden under the glitz of Hollywood. But what was really going on at these parties? And what exactly did Terrence say no to? Let's dig into what other celebrities have hinted at, because it paints a very disturbing picture. So what really happens at these exclusive Hollywood parties? Because Terrence Howard isn't the first or the only star to hint at dark, disturbing things happening behind closed doors. I've seen it. The parties, the drugs, the favors. It's not just rumors, it's real. And the higher you go, the more disgusting it gets. And then there's Cat Williams, the controversial comedian who's never been afraid to call out the industry. There's a price to pay. That's why you don't see me at them parties, because I know what goes on there. Celebs have whispered for years about secret rooms, NDAs, cameras, and people being set up for blackmail. Some call them initiation parties. Others say it's straight-up sexual coercion. Even Usher once mentioned in an interview how he was taken to parties at a young age that were not age-appropriate for him. And Justin Bieber? He's hinted at being exposed to things that still mess with his head to this day. The common thread? Diddy's name keeps popping up. I've seen what went on, I was there, and some of those nights, I still can't sleep thinking about it. It's chilling, it's messy, and it sounds like Terrence Howard just confirmed what many others have only dared to imply. But here's the wild part. Some celebs did go to the parties and just disappeared. Their careers dried up. Some had breakdowns, others left the spotlight entirely. So now the question becomes, what exactly did Terrence witness at those events, and how deep does this go? Terrence Howard had it all: fame, awards, lead roles, and millions in the bank. But somewhere along the way, something snapped. And it wasn't just the glitz, the lies, or the betrayal in the business. It was something that, in his words, he couldn't unsee. It wasn't about money anymore. It wasn't about fame. I had to look at myself in the mirror and ask, who have I become? The breaking point? Rumor has it Terrence was invited to a private industry party after Iron Man, a gathering he later described as inhuman. He never went into graphic detail, but insiders close to him say he left that party shaking, told his wife he was done, and refused to attend anything like that again. Some say it involved underage guests, others whisper about ritualistic stuff. And the people hosting the party? Major names. Names that still dominate Hollywood today. People worship the devil, and they don't even know it. That's how good he is at disguising himself. After that, Terrence's career took a hit. He was recast in the Iron Man franchise. Deals vanished. Studios backed off. He said no to roles that most actors would kill for. Why? Because he said he was tired of playing the puppet. I got tired of pretending, tired of being controlled, tired of the fake smiles. It wasn't just Hollywood. It was the system. And Terrence wanted out. But the industry doesn't like it when people walk away, especially when they know too much. And suddenly, Terrence was labeled difficult, unreliable, emotional, classic Hollywood tactic. Discredit the ones who don't play the game. But Terrence, he didn't care. He found peace in leaving. He said no to the machine, no to the manipulation, and no to the darkness. But just when things seemed calm, something even darker started following him. After Terrence Howard stepped away from Hollywood's inner circle, he thought he'd finally found peace. But what he got was paranoia. Out of nowhere, the IRS came knocking. Terrence was hit with massive tax bills. We're talking millions in back taxes, penalties, and interest. But here's the catch. He says he never saw the money. His accounts had been wiped. And the people handling his finances all vanished. I trusted the wrong people. Agents, lawyers, managers, they all dipped when I started asking questions. According to court documents, nearly $9 million disappeared from his earnings over the span of just a few years. And get this, some of the transactions were traced to offshore accounts he says he never opened. Then came the threats. Mysterious phone calls, letters with no return addresses, a drone hovering outside his home one night. They wanted me scared. They wanted me to shut up. And just when you think it couldn't get more insane, his home in Pennsylvania caught fire. No one was hurt, but the cause? Undetermined. Coincidence or a warning? Because around that same time, he was preparing to go public with a tell-all book and documentary. One that would have exposed names, parties, and contracts. It never came out. Why? Because the publisher backed out last minute, after getting an anonymous legal threat. This wasn't just about money anymore, this was about power. Terrence was trying to play chess in a game where the board was already rigged. And the scariest part? He's not the only one. They don't kill you with bullets. They kill you with silence, isolation, and legal traps. But he didn't back down. He stayed loud, stayed public, stayed aware. Still, something happened that shook even him. By now, Terrence Howard wasn't just seen as a washed-up actor or eccentric inventor. He was becoming something else. To his fans, he was a prophet with the truth. To skeptics, he was a madman clinging to delusions. But to some in the shadows, he was a threat. It started with the files. Terrence had uploaded hours of footage, blueprints, lectures, even experimental test videos onto obscure websites and academic forums. Then one by one, they vanished. Entire drives were wiped. Research sites were purged. His patent database went under maintenance and never came back. He posted a cryptic tweet. When truth becomes dangerous, only silence is safe. But silence doesn't save the world. And then, the final live stream. Terrence went live on an encrypted platform with less than 2,000 viewers. He wore a simple hoodie, no stage, no crew. What he said? They've taken everything. My data, my research, my friends, but not my voice. Not yet. He spoke about an energy system that could power an entire city from sound alone. Self-healing tech that mimics cellular regeneration. And an AI blueprint that could write code on its own using only vibration and light. Then suddenly, the stream glitched, froze, went black. Within 24 hours, the platform hosting it was shut down, gone, like it never existed. But whispers started circulating. Reddit threads, anonymous leaks. A whisper network of digital freedom fighters believed Terrence had backed up everything somewhere deep on the dark web. They say he entrusted it to a group of mathematicians and rogue engineers who call themselves the Resonance. And according to them, Terrence didn't disappear. He went underground. Now here's where it gets chilling. A month later, a short video clip surfaced, just 6 seconds long. Terrence, standing in front of a glowing geometric sculpture, says, "The future isn't coming. It's already here. And they're scared you'll see it." Was it him? A deep fake? Or a warning that he's still watching? As of today, Terrence Howard hasn't officially returned to Hollywood, but sightings of him pop up all over Berlin, Ghana, Tokyo. Some say he's working with underground scientists. Others believe he's in hiding after refusing to sell his tech to foreign defense companies. But here's the truth. Whether you believe his math was madness or genius, someone went to great lengths to erase his voice, and that makes you wonder. If his theories were really so crazy, why try so hard to shut him up? We live in a world where original thinkers get mocked, and the system protects what already works, even if it's flawed. Terrence didn't just want fame, he didn't just want credit, he wanted a new world, one where we use sound to power homes, where kids learn physics through music, where energy is clean, healing is real, and math is alive. But every time he tried to share it, he was laughed at, shut down, or erased. So now, here's where the story flips. Because you get to decide what happens next. Are you gonna walk away and say, "Wow, that was weird, what a strange guy"? Or are you gonna ask the hard questions? Why was his tech silenced? Who gains from a world stuck in outdated systems? And what if the truth is hiding in plain sight? Maybe Terrence Howard wasn't wrong. Maybe we were just too afraid to believe him. Or maybe, just maybe, he planted the seeds of something bigger than we can imagine. Something still growing. Right now. In silence. Ask yourself, is it really just one? Or could it be the beginning of everything? The greatest gift you can give the world is a new way to see it.